welcome back to Canine Training, and today we are joined with a beautiful young Labrador called Tilly. Now Tilly, like so many dogs, is pulling like an absolute freight train, but the problem is she's also becoming reactive towards other dogs. Now reactivity towards other dogs, a lot of people's perception of that is that simply it's aggression-based reactivity. Now in my experience, what I find is that so many dogs' reactivity journey starts with exactly what's happening here. They pull anyway, zero engagement with their owner. They see another dog, and that initial stages of reactivity is pulling and pushing to get to that dog, even more so than they usually pull. Now as the dog gets older, frustration builds, anxiety and fear builds. That then might start to turn into whimpering, crying, lunging, then the barking comes in, and as the dog gets bigger and older it starts to appear like it's aggression based reactivity. So Tilly is in with me for an intensive day of training, and we are going to nip this problem in the bud right now. We're going to stop her pulling, and we're going to make it very clear that any form of reactivity is not acceptable. And although the reactivity now is from a play-based perspective, wanting to get to the dog from a friendly place, like so many of you and your dogs are, we're going to teach her that there's a time and a place, and we're going to let her have tons of fun playing with other dogs today. But the way she's going to gain access to that is through looking up to me for guidance and direction, walking nicely on a loose lead, and waiting for me to let her go and play with my pack of role model dogs. So the first step that we're going to do, and that's going to be this session right now, is we're going to tune up her walking, and I'm going to get her walking on a loose lead by my side. So then to start her journey, I'm going to swap over to the right tool for the job, and I believe that the right tool for Tilly is going to be my trusty slip lead. As always, the placement of these tools, knowing how to use these tools, is incredibly important. For the slip lead, it's going to sit high and snug just behind her ears. What I'm not doing is teaching formal heel. What I'm doing is helping her understand that she must pay attention to me. She must look up to me for guidance and direction, because that is the foundation of everything. I'm going to restructure our relationship where she's going to understand that I'm her loving leader, that she has to be in tune with me and look up to me for guidance and direction. I'm going to do that as quickly and as efficiently and from as loving a place as possible to build that foundation, because when that foundation's there, that's the foundation that we can build on top of with all the fun, positive things we're then going to be doing later on in today's session. Good, good. Sit. Yeah, good girl, good. Calm. Everything needs to be calm and consistent. Yes, in that tune-up, I had to draw a new line in the sand and use some corrections to help her understand this new relationship that we've just built, but I've done it in a calm, consistent fashion. When we've come to a stop, I've planted my flag, I've claimed this space, and although right now in her head so much is going on, that'll probably be the first time in her life anybody's ever clearly communicated to her that you're doing something wrong. So she's now having to piece that together, and it can be quite stressful for dogs. But just like anything in life, it's important to go through stress so we can come out of it better and understanding what it is that the world needs from us, what society needs from us, what culture needs from us. Now we've got the rest of the day, and we're going to have tons more sessions where we're going to build her back up, and we're going to use loads of food work. We're going to do some place training. We're going to do some really formal, fun heel training. Probably going to have some time to even get a bit of retrieval training in and really tap into that Labrador in her. But it was my job to help her and help her owners stop this before it gets any more significant and turns into aggressive based reactivity. So as you can see, I've now brought one of my role model dogs out. One of our members of staff is holding Puppy back there just in a nice sit and stay, and already I've got Tilly here with my sit and stay, but obviously we're facing a different direction, and we're going to start in my enclosed paddock, getting closer and closer, utilizing the same principles as the tune-up. With any tool, whether it's a slip lead, a slip collar, a prong collar, we never pull. It's always just tiny fractions of just a hey, snap out of it. And at any point, Tilly decides to kind of break my rules, boundaries and expectations and pull off or lunge towards puppy, I'm going to be doing the same principle that I just did in my tune-up drill, which she now clearly understands as, hey, no, that isn't acceptable. What I need from you is to be in this nice position. When you're in this nice position, all the great things in life are going to occur. And she is going to get the opportunity to play with my role model dogs, but not until we have a nice, successful ability to move around other dogs without her lunging, pulling, being fantasized or focusing on them, and just remaining with me. So same principle. I'm almost kind of just similarly doing my tune-up drill. Let's go. Good. And look, she's having to pay attention to me now. I'm going to use inside turns to almost cut across her, to have her having to pay attention. And we're slowly but surely getting closer towards my role model dog. And because she's now aware that she has to focus on me, otherwise the lead pressure is going to be applied. Sit. Good. Puppy, stay. Good girl. And now we can stay in this moment. This would have been impossible 10 minutes ago without that tune-up. But now, very quickly, we've just said, hey, you can't do that anymore. And it's not because I'm a big meanie, it's because I love her and I need to keep her safe, and I need to keep other dogs and other people that she's coming across safe, so that we can live nicely in society and she can start to then come with us to fun places and really start to come on adventures. It all comes from a place of love, kindness and empathy for her, for other dogs and other people. Sit. Bit of pressure just to help her. Good. Planting my flag, always claiming space. Good girl, puppy. You're such a good girl. And remaining calm. I'm in control of this situation in terms of having her now on a loose lead by my side and not losing her mind when there's other dogs around, which is incredible. That's been the goal of this morning. Same principle. When I move, I can give her now my verbal cue that off we go, let's go. And that's the essence of how you have a dog that isn't reactive, because she's engaging with me, she's in tune with me, so everything else in her life, in the world, starts to disappear and not become relevant. So that's our quick video for today, guys. Like I say, we're going to be doing tons more work with Tilly today, but I wanted to show you just how quickly, with the right attitude, mindset and the right tools, just what can be achieved, to give you guys the confidence. If you're struggling with pulling or reactivity at home, it's not a lost cause, regardless of the amount of trainers that say that you just simply need to avoid all situations, or maybe even medicate your dog, or even, God forbid, send them to shelters or have them put down because it's an unfixable problem. With a little bit of leadership, loving leadership, these things can absolutely be addressed. And if you want to know more about that, you want to ask any questions, maybe find out information about our intensive days, come and follow me over on Instagram. There'll be links to all the tools that we've used today in the description down below. Subscribe if you are new here. We make videos like this every single week, and I can't wait to see you on the next episode of Canine Training.